One thing I can respect about DJ Envy is that he's going to ride for his family. But one thing that I don't respect about DJ Envy is that sometimes he do real sucker stuff. And that's just the way that I feel. You bring a person on your show to have a conversation that you possibly could have did face to face or outside of the show, especially to the very man who helped save your marriage. Now, in in the commentary, you said the reason why you didn't thank Tyrese was from the standpoint that you thought that he was moving differently. But my question is this: were you moving suckerish when you admitted to having outside affairs on your wife? And it was Tyrese itself who didn't even really know your wife or even know you, and he came in and saved the day. So, for the people that don't know what I'm talking about, let's go ahead and let's play this video, because the way that I'm looking at it is it's two sides to the coin. A lot of people may feel that DJ Envy was 100% right the way he handled everything, but a lot of people are going to say, nah, that could have been handled differently. I don't even think Charlemagne even knew that that was going to take place. I just don't. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna play the video. Opinion on how you look at things, right? So let's get to the audio. Let's get to this audio. All right. So hopefully this audio play right. I'm gonna have to get rid of this computer. All right.
Do you appreciate what Tyrese did for you back then?
Of course.
No. Okay, just making sure.
Of course.
I don't feel like you do.
Why don't you feel that way?
No, I'm new to Breakfast Club. I don't know what's going on. What happened?
Right. I'll explain it.
Yeah.
All right.
Was going through a hard time. Cheated on my wife. My wife wanted to get a divorce.
Oh.
Charlemagne talked me into apologizing on the radio and calling her live.
Okay, Martin. Lawrence, what the hell? Why would you ever?
That didn't happen. Yet.
Bad idea.
What?
But it was a good idea. I'm gonna tell you why. Bad idea because I put my business on the radio.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right. Tyrese happened to be in town and heard some of the things that were going on. So Tyrese called to check on me and see what was going on. I was going through it. And instead of just checking and keeping moving, he stayed on top of it to the point where he became the therapist, the mediator, the person in between.
Right.
So let's stop right there. 1 minute in, you hear about all of the good things that he said about Tyrese. But let's get into where DJ Envy and his wife felt that Tyrese, how things started out positive. And I was always taught you don't come between D and P. You don't come between D and P. I'm not going to get this video strike for saying anything inappropriate. But Tyrese was like, okay, I came in to help you save your marriage. But when I was going through my marriage, y'all kind of clowned me on this platform, right? You clowned me on the platform. So why is it that it wasn't good for what's good for the goose is good for the gander in this situation? Let's continue. I'm gonna have to get rid of this computer.
Correct, absolutely. So he was in there being that person in the middle of it. So he was the one where he was explaining and talking, because sometimes during those type of situations, my wife didn't want to hear from me. My wife didn't want to hear from me.
Absolutely not.
But she was hearing from Tyrese from a different side.
And he's saying,
can I finish my story?
Oh.
So anyway, Tyrese called and said, hey, this is what I want you to do. Get a dinner, book a private room at your house. I'm going to be there. You and your wife have a dinner, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to sing Stay, which is my favorite Tyrese song.
Classic record. My God.
Classic record. Right? And he had a violinist, and he came and they sang Stay and did us through as far as he could our relationship, and you know we had to go through the steps.
I said, hey man, make arrangements to get the whole house clean, the housekeeper. And then I said, I'm gonna set up the room, come meet me here. And we organized all of that. I text you and I was like, yo man, I'm on my way to New York. I got a bunch of interviews and meetings and label. I gotta go run and label, go this and that. That was all a lie. I flew in town just for you and your wife.
Oh, wow.
But this is the part that I don't appreciate about Envy is when Tyrese divorce comes across your headline, when the captions associated to the things that come across your desk, where is that same heart and love that I extended to you that you could extend to me, instead of it just being paper pushing? And this is what Tyrese is on the gram again.
That's
and
exactly
then
what
it's
he
like,
do.
okay, that's expected. No, it's all right. This is my brother.
Envy can't sing though.
No, Envy never does
shut
it
up,
though.
man. Why is everything a joke to you?
I'm not joking.
Why is everything be serious?
Whatever. They got a job to do. They're gonna say things for clickbait, ratings, this and that. But when you have certain people on the radio and you've developed some type of relationship with them, and again, you owe me nothing, right? Ultimately, you did the work.
Right.
God just decided to take my hand and use it in any way he can. And there's nobody that could ever give me more props than what God has done for me.
Yeah.
To say, like, good job, son. You did everything I asked you to do. You don't even know what I have in mind for you, but you did it. And there's a very married couple that was very married. Everybody go through things. But why is my marriage funny? Why is my divorce just something to talk about?
Perfect.
Where is the outreach?
This is a good conversation. Let's put it all out there. Go ahead.
Where is the call? You good, Reese?
It's like
I need to come to Atlanta and come pull up on you at the house.
Charlamagne did,
put my eyes on you.
Let me tell you.
Charlamagne came to do an interview that I requested for him to do. I'd never stepped in, and God never used me to step in when this man's marriage was potentially on the brink.
I'm gonna tell you why. He tells you something in church, right? And the preacher tells you what you need to do to be better. Then you look at the preacher's life and you say, how do you teach me something that you're not doing? I don't respect the preacher anymore.
Oh, shit.
I respect the message and how it came. But you know what I've been through, and you know how I changed as a man and as a person. And you were there for it. You was a brother for it. But then when I look at my brother and saying what he's telling me to do and how he's telling me to live, he's not living that way. I don't respect it.
How do we know that though?
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because and these are the things that we've seen, and not only in private, because things that we know in private, but it's also things that I see in public.
Okay.
Me and my wife are good, right?
Hold on, I gotta respond to that.
Let me give examples first, so you understand where I'm coming from. Because if you don't know where I'm coming from, you're just gonna pull things out the blue.
I'm not gonna pull anything out the blue. I'm gonna respond to what you just said. First of all, to arrive at an opinion of what I'm doing versus what I'm not doing is based on public consumption. I never made a decision, or God never used me to make a decision about your life based on what was being reported on public consumption. What I know about you, what I know about what you did, what I ultimately knew about what your wife was feeling and carrying, and what y'all were in the process of, you couldn't read none of that online. I got that information from the outreach. So whatever feelings you have about me and what I should be or shouldn't be doing pertaining to my approach with how I'm unraveling and bleeding out loud in the middle of my thing, that would have actually been the reason to call.
No, and I did have conversations with you, and this is from before your ex-wife, when you were talking to the girl out overseas, and who you were as a man. I didn't respect that. I took a step back because I didn't know what you were going through, and I tried to talk to you, and I seen who you were, and I didn't even like who you were online. And to my point, I tried, and when I seen how you were talking this way, I said, I'm going to take a step back.
And you know, when me and
Tyrese had a
how convenient? Yeah, how convenient? Yeah, when the way you were talking, the way that you were.
How convenient to step back?
What you mean?
I never stepped back from you.
From you.
It's right.
You should have.
But I never talked to your wife in a disrespectful manner, and you talked to mine in a disrespectful manner. Oh. And I never told nobody that. Even when you were on, and you could say you were on those psych meds, and you could say that you weren't.
What you mean?
But as a man, some of the things that you said, Tyrese, deserve me to box your mouth.
No.
We were talking because this is something that I never wanted to say. And since he wants to be, well, why envy? I'm telling him why. You said disrespectful shit to my wife.
What do you say?
It's neither here nor there. To the point where while my wife doesn't call you back anymore. And to the point when you started medicine since when he said. But if you ever text me and my wife, you can't text me because I just unblocked you probably about a month ago when me and Charlamagne was talking, and he told me that you were on meds, and this is what it was. That would be unblocked. Is why I stopped talking. Well, I don't want to remember.
But clearly you see he's not blocked.
So if someone talk to your wife, if I talk to your wife disrespectful, I don't expect for you to come check on me. Okay. And that's how I felt at that time.
Okay. You did that to a lot of people though, Ty.
But maybe y'all should have been had this conversation.
No. Listen.
This is great. We're having it when God wants us to have.
So basically you see where this rage is coming in. He won't say what was said, and that's his prerogative. You don't have to say what was said. But my thing is, when you step into the arena and you open up your life on live on radio, outside of television, outside of YouTube, TikTok, radio is still a powerful component when you want to get people's attention. And when you have one of the largest radio stations where you get caught cheating on your wife, and then you say you change your life. But now you're saying, oh, because I don't like the way the message came from, I'm not going to give you a thank you. And then now you tell a man, I never even heard a person say I should box your mouth. Now that was some different type of conversation. Maybe that's some the way they talk up north. I have never heard anybody say that down south. Now, Tyrese, if this video continues, he's going to tell you how he actually some of the episodes that he went on while he was on these psych meds, and he's going to say some of the episodes he did when he was on psych meds. And I think this is a conversation that should have been had long time ago, but because it didn't happen a long time ago, we can definitely get to the content. I'm gonna stop making better videos. I'm gonna get rid of this computer, but let's carry on.
That's it. And I'm gonna say this, because this is not the first time I've said this. The things that I said and did, the people that I rubbed the wrong, my conduct overall, that was literally out of my control. I've literally prayed that people can find it in their heart to not hold me to something that I said and did while I was literally out of my mind. And if we could expect God to give us grace, we should. What I'm saying to you is, everybody clearly could see that something was going on. This is not, something's happening. Crying video, what more do you want from me? Congratulations. If something is happening. And so now, when you're out of your mind, you don't go on Instagram and say, I just got off the phone and Will Smith is sending me $5 million when I never even talked to Will Smith.
Mm-hmm. You don't call Jada and say, I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
Right.
Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to
You
getting
said
pussy.
that?
Yeah,
Where?
I did on the phone to Jada, because I was like, maybe that'll help for her to call Will.
Shit, yo. Ain't no way.
No, I really, I said that.
I believe.
But when he told me that, that's when I had grace. I was like, damn. So I was really.
But now you think about it. What have I ever said about Tyrese?
Nothing.
Nothing but positivity. In my book,
that's not true.
When I did interviews, there's nothing that I've ever said negative about Tyrese.
We didn't show Tyrese a lot of grace when we was reporting those headlines. I can admit.
Okay, so you clearly see that that wasn't true when he said that actually that he gave the same respect that he received. That's just simply not true. But at the end of the day, we want to stay on top of this topic. Tyrese spoke with grace. You could tell that he definitely had a degree of counseling. Maybe he kicked the same psych meds that Kanye West was on. Tyrese was on those same psych meds, and you see what it does. It alters your mind. It definitely alters your mind. It puts you in perspective where you are no longer the same person. And that's what happened in this situation. So, this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, and subscribe as we will see you in the next video.